What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to Life to Metal. Gonna do a what's spinning video. Some of you may know I work from my home. My former music room has become my office in the last year and a half, and I listen to a lot of vinyl now because I'm like home and can listen to it while I'm working. So I'm gonna do a vinyl update video. But what's playing in the background, funny enough, is actually a CD. This is the third album from Jerusalem. This is Warrior. Always been my favorite. I don't know, it's just 70s hard rock. It's got a very unique feel. Nobody really sounds like Jerusalem, in my opinion. Just, you can hear them in the background. It has its heavy moments, it has its melodic moments, it's just got a little bit of everything. This particular album has a few songs that just have that kind of Thin Lizzy-esque guitar tone and sound with those, you know, dual guitar solos and things like that. But yeah, a very good album. This is actually the brand new reissue that just came out maybe a month or two ago on Retroactive Records. It has a 12-page booklet. Believe it or not, this is the first time this particular album has ever been released on a single CD. It was released on one of like 2-for-1 kind of singles, and I guess some songs were taken out. But this one actually is a full 12-page booklet with lyrics and liner notes and photos and whatnot. Yeah, anyhow, if you're interested in that, you can get it at boonsoverstock.com. And if I sound like a commercial, it's because I really am. Boone's Overstock and Retroactive Records is one of the labels that I work for, and they release a lot of stuff that I love, and it's basically my bread and butter. So, you know, that's why I'm always saying, hey, if you're interested in this, pick it up there, boonsoverstock.com. So anyhow, so what have I been spinning? I got into a conversation with a guy on Facebook about Chastain. I had shown a Chastain album on my Facebook page, and he said, who do you like better, Chastain or CJSS? And my comment was, well, I like CJSS a little better than Chastain, but I love them both. So that got me to pull out some CJSS. This is Praise the Loud, and just straightforward 80s heavy metal, not commercial in the slightest, just very heavy stuff for the style of music. I mean, compared to, you know, Slayer, it's not as heavy, obviously, or compared to most death metal bands, but for straightforward heavy metal, the stuff is very heavy. A lot of it's very fast, but it's got big hooks. It's got great vocals, male vocals in this album, and fantastic guitar solos. David T. Chastain is a shredder. He shreds with the best of them from the 80s, but he knows how to write a good song as well. So a lot of those shredders, man, it was just, you know, the songs were just a background to shred over, and that's not the case with Chastain. This is very good heavy metal. So if you're a fan at all of 80s heavy metal, I recommend this album. It's on Leviathan Records, and I don't know that it's been reissued anytime, and I don't think this is really hard to find. I picked this one up years and years ago. It wasn't very expensive then. The second album, I think it was the second album from Chastain as well. This is Rule of the Wasteland. Again, very similar in style to CJSS, a little heavier. Vocals here are female vocals. This band was a lot more popular than CJSS, in part because of Leather Leone, who is pictured right there. She always, for me, reminded me of like a heavy metal Joan Jett in her look and her style and her sound. She just has a very unique style and sound that's kind of like Joan Jett, but more metal. And that's what you're going to get here. So also on drums is Ken Mary, who's played with a bunch of different bands. I believe he's in House of Lords, among other bands. So and there's David himself, David Chastain. Again, great guitar player. I believe this one was on Shrapnel Records. There's no big giant Shrapnel Records logo in the background, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was on, Shrapnel Records. Pulled this one out, hadn't heard it in a while. This is from 1976. This is Missing by Lynx, and always loved this cover. It's actually what attracted me to this record, was this cover. There's just something about those eyes, the piercing eyes, that face, that just, I love it. And I also think they have a great logo. But how's the music? Cool picture of the band too, back there with the cat eyes, and we got a couple of mustaches here. Anyhow, Canadian hard rock, kind of a sleazy edge to it. Pretty heavy for 1976. You know, it's not like overproduced. It's not Boston-like, but it's very, very good, very catchy, almost like a precursor to some of the dirtier, you know, LA glam metal stuff like early Crew and you know, just that kind of sound. You know, it has that kind of heavy vibe to it, but it's also got a lot of hooks. Yeah, it's 70s though. You know, don't expect Motley Crue because it's not that, but it's almost a precursor to that. Very good record, very well produced. I don't even know who produced it. I didn't even look to see. Recorded in Toronto. No, don't even see their producer on here. Must not be a big name. But yeah, regardless, on Quality Records, this was, yeah, 1976. They have 2 other albums out too. I have their second album. I've never heard their third. I don't have it. So if anybody has a copy for trade or sale, or you know, one extra one, let me know, because I'm looking for their third album. Some thrash metal. This is Hatriot. This is of course Steve Zetro Sosa. This is the former Testament and Exodus singer. This is his family band. I believe these are his kids, some of his kids that are in this band. But yeah, if you like Exodus, that's what this is, man. It's just pure, raw, aggressive thrash metal. You know, it's that real tight staccato picking, the machine gun riffing, fast guitar solos, and that snarly, you know, Steve Zosa's sound on the vocals. I mean, it very much like that Exodus sound. And he wasn't in Exodus at the time. I believe he released 2 albums with Hatriot. I believe the band is still together, but they have different vocals now. Steve is back with Exodus. So, but yeah, very good. I was actually shocked at how much I enjoyed this. For a bunch of young kids, it's very well done. Just great thrash metal. So it says, could have been, you know, called Zosa and Family, Zosa and Sons, you know, the family business. Hey, I can do without all the hatred for the U.S. that he spews on here. I guess it's just his niche. That's the name, you know, Patriot, whatever. And Heroes of Origin, the upside down flag. I don't know. I just, you know, if you hate it here that much, then move. That's kind of my way I see it. I had a friend who didn't like it here anymore, so he moved. He lives in Australia now. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do. So there you go. Anyhow, this next one, I really heard nobody talking about this album when it was released a couple years ago. I think it was 2016 or 17. But this is the third and last Viking album. LA speed thrash metal. This is No Child Left Behind. And I hadn't heard this in a while either. Had it sitting over in a pile to listen to because I only heard it once or twice when it first came out. But yeah, this is fantastic. It's really good. I mean, if you like the later Dark Angel stuff or any of the 2 Viking albums, then chances are you're gonna like this. First of all, you got 2 members who were actually in Dark Angel. You've got you know, consummate drummer Gene Hoglan on drums here, who was also with Testament, among others, many others. Death. Ron Daniel Erickson, who was also in Dark Angel for a while. And then Mike Gonzalez, who was also in Dark Angel. So there you go. The only guy, Justin Zyke, was not in Dark Angel. At one point, Glenn Rogers was supposed to also play and write for this album, but for whatever reason, he ended up not taking part in that reunion and this album. But regardless, great album. If you're into, you know, Viking or Dark Angel and you haven't heard this or didn't know it was out, very well worth picking up. It's on Floga Records, flogarecords.com, 2016. These next 2 actually are new pickups that I haven't shown in an update video, but I might as well just show them now because I was spinning them quite a bit. This is a private pressing from a New Jersey band called Ritual. LTMP, Let the Metal Play, I believe is what that stands for. I could be wrong, it's been a while. I forgot to actually look what that meant. I'm pretty sure it's Let the Metal Play. But yeah, you can see it's a indie release from 86 or so. And my interest in the band initially was it's just because that's my hometown, my home stomping grounds, New Jersey. You know, I used to go to so many local shows back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually saw these guys and just didn't remember it. Ritual, it's just straightforward heavy metal, not thrash metal in the slightest, not commercial pop or hair metal. Just your straightforward heavy metal. You can kind of get the look of the band right there, and that's, you know, honestly what they sound like. You know, denim and leather, blue jeans, metal. You know, and It does have one ballad on there, which was pretty typical for any 80s band, but here's the center ring. I still need to put this into a new sleeve. This sleeve is tore up. But yeah, good stuff. If I think about it, I'm going to actually put a clip of them in here because it's definitely worth hearing. And then finally, this is the last one I'm going to show for this edition. This is also a new album that I hadn't shown yet. Again, I had this one so recently I haven't even had a chance to put it in a sleeve or anything yet. But this is VOJD, The Outer Ocean, and this is what became a Black Trip, a band who I love. They kind of have that early Maiden meets Thin Lizzy sound, so lots of dual guitar solos, lots of harmonies, along with the heavy riffs and great vocals and very unique vocals. He doesn't, sound like every other singer, and hooks. The one of the things that I miss from a lot of modern metal, it has their memorability, has those songs you want to sing along to. So yeah, actually, my good buddy Steve, the Harmless Rebel, I wasn't real rushed to pick this up. I'm not sure why they had the name change, because I love those two albums that the band released before they changed their name. But when they changed their name, I figured they probably were changing their sound, and he's like, no dude, you need to pick that up. It's a great album. And sure enough, he's right. This is a very good album. I've only heard it once, because it just came in the mail last week. So VOJD, I'm not sure if there's any other way to say it other than that. The Outer Ocean for 2018. If this doesn't, or maybe it was even 2017. I don't know. It's their latest release. So if it was 2017, it was the end of 2017. So this will probably most likely make my 2018 list. I did that list last year, and people said, "Hey, that one's from 17." Who cares? It's just albums from around that time that you pick up that you love and you play a lot that year or so. Anyhow, I wouldn't doubt this one will make my list as well. It actually says 2017 on the back, but it's got to have been the end of 2017. Regardless, VOJD, The Outer Ocean, picked this one up from Shadow Kingdom Records. They have copies there. I think I just got the black vinyl. No, I got the blue vinyl version. It's actually a pretty cool color. It's kind of a minty blue color, translucent blue-green color, teal I guess is the word. So that's it for this one. I want to keep it short and just show a few of the albums I've been spinning recently, and those are them. So, oh, and I'll show this one too. because I've been spinning a lot of Helix recently, because I've been actually working on some of their stuff, and one of the things that we're working on releasing is the Helix Christmas album. So I spun the All I Want for Christmas is the Leafs to win the cup. If you said Flyers or Kings, I probably would have liked it even better, but you know, whatever. I would expect to see this. They're coming out with a new full-length Christmas album on vinyl on nolifetilmetal Records, and this song will be on that record. So there you go. That's it. Appreciate you all watching. Comments are always welcome. I always try and get right back to you. And that's it. God bless and stay strong.